Have you ever taken something that doesn't belong to you, and whilst you're at it, the owner comes and asks, "Where is my bread? Or where is my sandal? Or where is my juice? I love food." And you say, "No, I have no idea." And then a child comes and say, "Oh, you ate it? I saw you eat it. What do you mean? I saw you eat it." Right? Or maybe, let me put it this way. You go in the street and you see somebody. When the person comes, your child goes, "Oh, is this you? Don't come close to me because you stink." Right? How do you feel? Your child says to the person that you just say hello to, "Oh, don't come too close, you stink." How do you feel about that? It's embarrassing, right? Why does your child say that? Because you've told that to your child, or you've been talking to your friend, or your partner, or your husband, your wife. I mean, you've been speaking about it in front of your child. Because children don't lie. Okay, some of them lie though. Yeah, a child can expose you in a way you're going to feel very embarrassed. Now, something very crucial has happened in Benin. Well, the Beninese authority have decided to recall their ambassador stationed in Niamey for consultation. They've called him back, come back home. Why? Because he made a comment that they don't like, they don't agree with. What comment was made? That's what we're going to find out just now. What's up, everybody? I hope you're doing good. It's a beautiful day. Thank you very much for stopping by. You are very much appreciated. You know, if you want to watch something about Africa, you are at the right place. Here, this is where you want to be. You want news about Kenya? This is where you want to be. You want news about Rwanda, Uganda, Tanzania? Right here, my brother. You want to know about Nigeria, South Africa, even though they don't like each other. This is where you want to be. Okay, so I see you from all over the place. Thank you very much for coming to this place and returning, especially. The channel is growing. Let's make it bigger. Like I said to you, it will be a real pleasure if by the end of Feb we can do 200,000. Let's do it. Okay, so if you're not subscribed, please subscribe right now so we can push this. I mean, I like you, right? I'm sure I look like your cousin, right? Maybe, yeah, I was about to say something. Right? Okay, so we're back in Benin. In Benin, something drastic has happened. The ambassador of Benin has been recalled back to the country. Why? Because he was in Niger. This is the map. This is Benin. This is Niger. They don't get along. Okay? We're going to get to that. The ambassador from Benin went to a ceremony in Niger where he asked for forgiveness to Nigerian people on behalf of his country. Those words were very difficult to get across in Cotonou. Now, Cotonou is the capital of Benin. Okay? So the ambassador of Benin was in Niger at the event, a ceremony where they were crowning doctors. You know, amongst those doctors, there were a few boys from Benin studied Niger. They became doctors. And while he was there, he made a comment saying, "We need to ask forgiveness to our brothers from Niger because of the bad things we've done to them." He was recalled for consultations by the head of the Beninese diplomacy, Olusegun Ajari Bakari. The Beninese ambassador to Niger, Gildas Odokan, is expected this Thursday in Cotonou, where he will be received by his supervisory minister. During a graduation ceremony with new doctors, among which were Beninese nationals, in the name of all Beninese, in the name of the authority of Benin, ask for forgiveness to the Nigerian people because we are brothers. Serious things have happened which have caused problems in Niger.
Je voudrais de prime abord remercier les autorités du Niger au plus haut niveau, les membres du CNPS et en particulier le général Tchani, chef de l'État, le ministre des Affaires étrangères qui m'ont permis de venir au Niger, qui m'ont permis de venir à Niamey, malgré les situations difficiles. Vous savez, mon pays, le Bénin, par la force des choses, a connu des difficultés avec le Niger. Je voudrais d'abord, au nom de tous les Béninois, au nom des autorités du Bénin, demander pardon au peuple nigérien. Des choses se sont passées, des choses graves, qui ont engendré des sacrifices, qui ont engendré des difficultés, qui ont engendré des problèmes. Ici au Niger, ici à Gaïa, nous demandons pardon parce que nous sommes des frères.
So the guy was just saying, I guess how he felt, okay? But then the authorities in Benin didn't like it. Let me give you context, okay? This is Benin, this is Niger, this is Mali and Burkina Faso. They don't get along. Why don't they get along? Because Mali, Burkina Faso and Niger decided to be free by kicking away the French. What do they have in common? What they have in common is they all speak French. Why do they speak French? Because they were all colonized by France for lots of years and they all got independence in the 1960s. However, France kept a very strong hold among all these countries, okay? Kept very strong diplomacy. Bottom line was, okay, this is independence in 1960. You're going to be independence. However, we're still going to stay and control you. How? We're going to print your money for you. This money here, CFA franc, is printed in France right now. But they gave this relationship a cover, calling it Francophonie, like countries that love France. That wasn't the truth. The truth was you forced them into liking you. Since these three countries have pulled away from the friendship with France, all these countries of ECOWAS, as you can see here, don't like these three countries. They came up with an idea to block these countries from operating. You can see these countries are landlocked countries, meaning they don't have the border to the sea. They have no sea. And you know the sea is very important. Why is the sea important? The sea is important for commerce and business. Just imagine you want to import things coming from China. You have two ways to do it. It's either from a flight or from the sea. Well, from the flight is fast and efficient, but it's expensive and you can only load so much goods on a flight. But from the sea, you can bring a ship or a boat at a much more affordable price and you can bring much more stuff. When you get to the port, you can't go to Niger, Burkina Faso and Mali because they're all landlocked. Now, these countries, including Benin, decide to lock these countries, hoping to asphyxiate them economically. And by doing so, they're going to get them to reverse their decisions. Now, these three countries are very strong. They refused to reverse their decision and they were supported by the people. Then later on, Benin got very angry because Benin realized that a lot of Beninese people actually need to cross into Niger to go and sell goods. That's how they make money. Then they came back saying to Niger, please open the gates. We want to get inside. And the Nigerian government said, we are not opening the gate for you. You said you wanted to block the gate. Well, we're not opening anymore. Thank you very much. And then the president of Benin came and spoke out this way.
C'est vrai que pour nourrir nos frères et sœurs, pour vendre des céréales au Niger, nous avons permis que l'informel règne parce que c'est quand même nos frères et sœurs qui ont besoin de manger. Mais est-ce que nous allons transformer toutes les relations économiques, sociales, politiques entre le Niger et le Bénin en informel? Et ça, c'est trop sérieux. C'est des contrats qui lient trois pays, des entreprises et consorts. Nous avons dit, ça ne peut pas être informel. Il faut que les relations économiques, les relations d'échange soient rétablies pour que les biens, notamment de ce pétrole, puissent traverser le Bénin, être chargés et consorts. C'est ce que nous avons dit. Nous n'avons pas reçu de réponse. Non, c'est à croire que les autorités nigériennes préfèrent que le pétrole nigérien traverse le Bénin de manière informelle, soit chargé dans nos eaux de manière informelle, parce qu'ils estiment que le Bénin est un pays ennemi, peut-être que les autorités béninoises sont des ennemis. Alors, si nous sommes vus comme des ennemis, alors notre maïs aussi doit être vu comme un maïs ennemi. Le sorgho, le mil qui va au Niger, sont-ils devenus des produits ennemis du Niger? Et pourtant, nous les laissons partir. On ne peut pas nous voir comme des ennemis et vouloir de nos biens, de nos efforts, de notre collaboration, autrement que dans l'adversité également. Ce n'est pas notre vision à nous. Le Niger est un pays ami. Les Nigériens sont nos frères et nos sœurs. Les autorités nigériennes sont des partenaires, sont nos confrères, que nous pouvons travailler ensemble. Et nous avons dit que nos eaux, les eaux territoriales du Bénin, qui font partie de l'espace du territoire du Bénin, ne peuvent pas faire l'objet d'un trafic illicite, pas faire l'objet d'échanges informels. Si vous voulez charger votre pétrole sur nos plateformes, dans nos eaux, alors vous devez considérer que le Bénin n'est pas un pays ennemi et que le territoire du Bénin ne peut pas faire l'objet de trafic illicite ou bien alors d'échanges informels.
The Nigerian president, his name is Abdourahmane Tiani. He says he's got intelligence and data suggesting that French people who were kicked out of Niger are all stationed in Benin. So Benin has been hosting enemies of his country. So the goal for them is to find an opportunity and go and destabilize the country as it is. And that is why he's not going to open his border. Listen to what he has to say.
Nous savons Nous savons ce qui s'est passé au Bénin. Au Bénin, automatiquement, je vous ai dit, après la décision de la CEDEAO, le président Talon a pris la mesure et la responsabilité sur lui d'appliquer à la lettre les mesures de la CEDEAO.
D'accord.
C'est un État souverain, je l'ai dit. Il est libre de faire ce qu'il veut. Mais qu'on nous laisse également cette liberté de protéger notre pays.
D'accord.
Nous savons déjà le 25 du mois d'août 2023, la France avait loué 3 hélicoptères Super Puma auprès d'une société qui s'appelle Elenka, d'une nationalité que je tairai. Ces Super Puma étaient déjà sur le tarmac de Kandi. Le 26, déjà, ils étaient à Kandi.
C'est ça.
Pour donner la correction au Niger qui a osé dire trop, c'est trop. Donc, nous avons les coordonnées que je pouvais dire exactement. Ensuite, ces mêmes agents de renseignement français étaient dans un village qu'on appelle Alpha Kouara, où il y a une piste, mais de moindre ampleur également. Nous avons les coordonnées de cet aérodrome où les Français étaient partis en reconnaissance, toujours accompagnés des agents subversifs français. Nous savons également, toujours dans leur recherche, des points, des positions à partir desquelles ils vont déstabiliser le Niger. Ces mêmes agents ont effectué une mission de reconnaissance sur les hauteurs sud-ouest du village qu'on appelle Madikali. Nous savons tout cela, avec les effectifs précis.
Ouais.
Je le rappelle, ce n'est pas des bataillons, ce n'est pas des compagnies, mais c'est des groupes d'agents subversifs qui évoluaient en tenue civile et avec des éléments des forces armées béninoises eux-mêmes en tenue civile.
D'accord.
According to him, Benin has got a small airport that was redone by the French. They use it for espionage and intelligence services. They use it to go check what's happening in Niger because they were kicked out. They're ashamed. They want to get back. How do they get back into Niger? There's one way that could be efficient. Is getting back the previous president in power, because the previous president, he was cool with them. The Nigerian people blocked the gates. They said, we're not going to let you in because you said you didn't want us. Now, we also don't want you. And the Beninese are suffering more economically than the Nigerian. Okay, fellas, I know this is confused here. There's Nigeria and Niger. This is Nigeria, this is Niger. These are two different countries. Completely different countries. So we're talking here about Niger, not Nigeria. Okay, my people. So the Beninese government has recalled the ambassador because the ambassador was honest. Or what? Because he said we should say sorry to our brothers for locking the door to them. We should say sorry because we mistreated them. We should say sorry because we are cooperating with the enemy. I mean, he didn't say that, but that's what it sounds like. Because Niger has accused Benin of all this stuff. But Benin has refuted all these accusations, saying it's a lie. Now, getting an ambassador saying that we should say sorry to them, it goes against the narrative that the government of Benin want to put out there. Let me know how you feel about this. Can an African be the enemy of his African brother? God bless.